Ever since having SpaceClaim, I feel that I can create a completely workable, living model directly. I could not have conceived of the forms and the interconnectivity and in fact just problem solve in the usual way without SpaceClaim. Before that, I made things by hand. I literally would take a jeweler's saw, glue plastics or wood, and saw parts and glue them together and make them physically. What I could solve with those tools were very planar, simple problems in comparison. And the time involved of editing a problem was very exaggerated. And for an example, the Perplexus version of the game had batteries and electronics in it. And when Hasbro gave us the specs for what that would take up, it completely destroyed a whole section of what I had to build, so I had to cut it out by hand and remake a model. The terrible thing about creating 3D work that has to be made into a product by somebody else, other than myself. If I'm making it myself, I could build a model in my shop. But if I'm having someone else build something, I have to provide a 3D file that's appropriate. And the issue is that I had to hire someone else to do it. Basically, it would take extra months, extra thousands of dollars, and my designs wouldn't be as good. I have no CAD experience up until SpaceClaim, but it was just intuitive. So I found that I could figure out how to build things. An obvious feature of SpaceClaim that I love is the simplicity of the tools. When I produce a piece and it needs editing, I can just simply change a part of it. I now also share those files with the people that are in the development chain, and they look at the files and make comments. You know, do you think that it's too difficult to play this little part of my game? And I can model that right away, change it and upload it and say, check out that, and then it goes into this production phase. 3D printing is an essential part of the chain of work that happens. When I create a model in SpaceClaim, I feel the three-dimensionality of it. I feel as though it's a real thing. However, it still needs to be tested. So we have them 3D printed. And SpaceClaim, it's just extremely easy for me to save it as STL file. I then open it again to make sure it looks real, it looks whole, upload it, and the next thing I get is a quote on the printing and it shows up. I've been saved an enormous amount of time by working with SpaceClaim. That's a huge thing, obviously. But what has allowed me to do is design more complex and better work. I would not have been able to create the pieces that I'm doing now without SpaceClaim.